Launching a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order. It's Alex Jones.
I'm your host, Alex Jones. We were just talking about Israel on their fourth or fifth. What about the Netherlands? Now planned 6 jabs for COVID. How did I know this 20 plus months ago? Bill Gates went on TV shows and said, oh, you'll need boosters forever. And now they, of course, have announced that. And Dr. McCullough, you said something during the break. I know you just want to go over the research science and just not get political, but you, as a private citizen, said, listen, and I'm just a layperson researching, that's what I've noticed. All these countries, whether it's India or China or they all develop their own shots, not even mRNA, but are other forms of vaccines that do the same thing with spike protein. When there's so many other ways to actually attack a virus, it's really like an evil intelligence behind this. When I say alien, I'm not saying flying saucers. I'm saying there's an anti-human force here you can't ignore.
It cannot be healthy for the human body to take on spike protein and viral particles over and over again through injection. Alex, it cannot.
Elaborate on that. And you've got, you hit the break. You said the biggest part of your entire PowerPoint is this.
We're on efficacy. Let's move on to the Cone paper. The title of this paper is SARS-CoV-2 Vaccine Protection and Death Among U.S. Veterans Through 2021. The sample size in this paper, Alex, 780,225 veterans, represents 2.7% of the United States population. Overall vaccine efficacy over the course of the year started at 87.9%. It fell to 48.1%. So the vaccines did have some reported efficacy against mortality. Let's look at the figures starting at the right. And you can see here, age over 65, there is a non-COVID mortality benefit for taking the vaccine, meaning selection bias. Those who take the vaccine are more likely to survive of any condition because they are more activated by their health. But look at the COVID curves. These are survival curves. There is a 12% benefit. There is a 12% absolute risk reduction in survival a few months after the vaccines for those who have COVID, attributable to the vaccine program. So I am telling you, as a fair, balanced review.
You win the battle, but you lose the war.
Well, as a fair, balanced review, there is a mortality benefit over age 65. When this first came along, people asked me a year ago, Dr. McCullough, who would the vaccines be best for? I said it would be our seniors, if they were safe and effective, nursing home residents, and there's nursing home workers. But now look under age 65 in the middle panel, Alex. Look at the difference between the two curves. The y-axis changes. You have to be a sharp scientist to get this. Look at the difference. There's a 1% mortality benefit. I showed this to Joe Rogan. He kind of squinted his eyes. He goes, that's not very much. I said, Joe, that's what this is all about. This huge push of the claim that the vaccines will save you from COVID. They'll save your life. The President Biden is going to be a dark winter of death. This is a 1% difference in the survival.
Literally terrorizing people. And then what about the lawsuits I've seen filed against Pfizer by some of the lab people saying that they actually cooked the numbers and it's worse than what they're even saying? And also, is it true that they don't count people the first 14 days that get sick or die after the shot? So if you add those numbers back in, now there isn't any efficacy to the shot.
Well, we mentioned that the lawsuit, Aaron Siri lawsuit, Pfizer and the FDA, somebody inside Pfizer got a little unstable and some of the documents were released. Within a few months, Pfizer knew of large numbers of deaths. They knew about thousands of individuals who had died shortly after administration of the Pfizer vaccine. The back pattern is established. The question is, will there be any fairness in the courts, and will there be any recognition of what's happening to Americans? That rates of vaccination in the United States plummeted in April. Americans knew their loved ones were dying after the vaccine.
Well, I mean, literally, I know so many people that have gotten deathly ill or died after they took it. And I have a family member very close to me that decided to be rebellious and go out and get it, and they have lost so much weight, and they look like a concentration camp victim now. And it tears my guts out, and they're sick all the time now. And they went and took 2 of the Pfizer shots.
Well, Alex, what did they get out of it? What's the social contract? A young person...
This person's 13 years old.
Right. A young person has no medical benefit from it, but so many young people tell me, listen, Dr. McCullough, I want to take the vaccine because I want to travel. I want to go to drill team. I want to be in school. What's the social contract? I can just tell you as a medical doctor now, if we go to this slide, it's an overlay on top of the Nordstrom paper, 1.6 million people in Sweden, half that took the vaccine, half that didn't. I can tell you this paper and others, there's 22 studies showing these vaccines basically wane in terms of efficacy. They wane in terms of their coverage.
Slide. Yeah, there it is.
They wane over 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. I came up on the physician's news server Medscape just yesterday that boosters may only last 10 weeks. So listen, this isn't once every 6 months. I anticipate, based on these data, it's going to go to every 3-month injection.
And then it has a horrible spike protein colonization of your body. But again, Bill Gates said 20 months ago, I played the clip probably 100 times, that, oh, you're going to need boosters every year. This is going to be a new thing. And then I've got different government employees in the UK saying, oh, this will actually get rid of your immune system. You're going to need this all the time now. Ha, ha, ha. I mean, this is a plan.
Well, people talk about moving the goalposts. In this case, the goalposts keep getting moving in. Remember, it was